fruits, nuts, and seeds.
Prajapati, thank you for teaching us to be healthy.
The energy that I feel with these meals.
Prajapati, that was really yummy.
Like a kid with no toys. Health is my greatest joy. Come and see, come and be with our host Prajapati.
Hello, welcome. This is Food with Life. I am your host Chapati. The question I have for you today is, which of the 5 elements, air, earth, fire, water, or space, is most responsible for good digestion? Stay with us. This is Food with Life. Welcome back to Food with Life. I am your host Chapati, and the answer is fire. Fire is the most important element regarding digestion, and here to tell us a bit about it and good digestion and how we can take care of our body with food and eating is our two wonderful doctors, Dr. Sumita Prajapati and Dr. Dharmendra Dube, who have come all the way from Mumbai, India. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please tell us a bit about digestion and how we can have good digestion.
According to Ayurveda, your digestive fire is always dependent on Pitta dosha, and Pitta is a combination of fire and water element. There is one form of Pitta called as Pachak Pitta, which stays in our stomachs and help to digest the food and turn the food into the metabolism, and then assimilation of the food properly is done by Pitta.
Pitta. So, what about all the problems frequently people do have? My father was in the room when I was a boy, and my mother was there, and my mother would say, "Honey, why are you doing this?" And then everybody would leave the room because he let the gas go, and there was nothing we could do. Yeah. So, how can we deal with gas and to accommodate?
Yeah, that's true. One of the bad symptoms of digestion is gas. There are so many other, but gas is the very important that shows that our digestion is not really good. First thing, people don't know how to chew their food. Sometimes they swallow the food, which is very wrong, or they eat on the streets while they are walking or while they are driving. This is very wrong habit. Whenever you are eating food, you should sit in a calm place, and while you are eating, you should not talk too much. Because when you are eating the food and you are talking, there is a gap, so you collect air inside it. So already you are putting air in the system, which forms into gases. This is one problem created. Then second thing is, when you are chewing, you should minimum chew more than 22 times. According to Ayurveda, it is 36 times, but at least you can chew more than 22 times. I am sure that you will never get gases problem, acidity problem, and even ama, the toxins or the mucus, you will not collect.
I think perhaps we can develop a chewing counter.
Yeah.
We could put on our drawer, and it would tell us how many times we've been chewing. Mm-hmm. One thing more I know is a issue people have is people have ulcers. Ulcers, I think it is called acid stomach. What can we do to help them?
Acid stomach is always because of excess Pitta in our system. If there is too much Pitta or acid level, then it start to slowly erode the internal mucosa, and slowly there is a wound formed on the internal mucosa called as ulceration. Mm-hmm. So for the ulcer, if you have ulcer, try to eat regular, smaller, frequent meals. Try not to skip the meals. Always have cooling spices like cumin, coriander, fennel seeds, cilantro, then ghee. They are always good for controlling the heat or the acid level in the body and make your blood alkaline.
I see, very important. And the last issue, I think, is another one which is, has people wondering, is EBS, was it right?
IBS.
IBS, irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah.
What is this about?
IBS, I have seen that many people are suffering nowadays. There are again, not only the digestion is responsible for IBS, but your stress level, phobia, fear, all these things affects your bowel system. So it's called irritable bowel syndrome. When you are irritated, your digestive system or the digestive fire goes down. So whatever you eat, it turns out into mucus. So what happens? Sometimes you have diarrhea or sometimes you have constipation. So this is what happens in irritable bowel syndrome or IBS. So you should be very careful what you are eating.
Yes.
You should not eat wheat. I mean wheat flour. White wheat flour. It's better to have whole wheat rather than the regular wheat. And have the foods which are very easy to digest, not heavy food. And like people I have seen in the Western world, they like to eat lots of bread. So I suggest them, if you want to eat bread and if you are having IBS problem, try to have toasted bread rather than, and as much as fermented food you will avoid, that much is good.
This is Food with Life. Hello and welcome back to Food with Life. I am your host Chapati and we are with our wonderful doctors and we're going to talk a bit about good digestion. Tell me, when everything is working in the body, all the doshas are working well and everything is being digested properly, what is happening in the body?
See, when your food is digested well or your digestion is good, first thing you will feel is energy. You will feel lots of energy, mentally also, physically also and emotionally also. You will feel very happy, like suppose your constipation is not there, your day goes good, and if you are constipated and whole day you feel bloated, you don't feel happy. So first good symptom of good digestion is energy. You feel lots of energy. So this is one of the good sign of digestion.
There's a word I was reading in the text, you can tell me something about it, ojas. What is it exact?
Ojas is the final byproduct of all our tissues. So whatever food we eat gets absorbed by different tissues of our body, like plasma, blood, muscles, then fatty tissue, bone marrow, bones, and at the end what the byproduct comes is semen or the reproductive organs. And from the semen, the final pure product of our body is called ojas, and according to Ayurveda, ojas is 2 or 3 drops in our body. If the ojas increasing, then you have full energy, vitality and good health and long life. If ojas is low in our body, then we suffer from different diseases which are related to the immune system. Like we can have cancer or sinus problem or multiple sclerosis. These are nothing but the lack of ojas in our body. And to be healthy and to have a long life, we need to preserve our ojas or try to increase the ojas by eating the right kind of food.
I see. Can you recommend to keep the digestion going good and that fire, something about a remedy, a home remedy we could use to keep it very much working?
It is always advisable to have ghee in your food because ghee is the best source of balancing your digestive fire. Also, if you feel that your digestion is not good, you are not feeling hungry on the time or your appetite is very slow, then you can cut fresh ginger into small pieces, then add little like 1/4 teaspoonful of lemon juice and 2-3 pinches of black salt in that and mix it properly and try to chew the ginger just half an hour before your lunch and dinner. Then your digestive fire would be very good.
Good. We talked before also of the one system of the marma. Are there a marma points or many marmas to do this, we can do for our home to try to help
For
the digestion? Yes.
Yeah, there is one marma point which you can do, which helps to release the vata or the air or gases from your body. So on your left hand, there is a point here. So you have to press this 6 times.
6 times.
6 times. So this will help to release the air or the gas from your body. And there is one marma point below this. You have to press this 6 times.
How often do we do this one?
Just 6 times, once a day or twice a day. You can do, or whenever you feel. You can just press it, and this helps to improve or stimulate the enzymes in your body.
Right.
So this marma point and this one, you have to press 6 times.
Okay. Thank you very much for that information. We want you to share in this wonderful knowledge our doctors have given us. We'll be going with them into the kitchen in just a minute, so stay with us. This is Food with Life. Hello and welcome back to Food with Life. We've just been talking with the doctors about digestion and about dealing with good food and how we can make it digest in the body very well. And now we are actually here with them in our kitchen, and we're going to make a few dishes which would help digestion and help us feel very, very good. Because digestion is the base for everything we're doing. So, doctors, please tell us what is our first thing we'll be making here.
Today we are going to make a recipe called upma, and it is very common. People in India mostly they eat this recipe as a breakfast, and it has vegetables and semolina, which is also called as cream of wheat, and it's very easy to digest and very good for the digestive fire. So first of all, we will take 1 tablespoon of ghee. We will put 1 teaspoonful of mustard seed. Allow it to pop. And then we will take 1 chopped onion.
Oh, it's popping.
We will take 1 cup of finely chopped green beans. 1 cup of finely chopped carrots.